brew tubers, main brew guy. Long time no see. I've been watching a few videos, but not much. Still studying. I've got another week and a half, and then I take my boards. Some of you know I'm going through a little bit here. My personal life. Those of you who know, just bear with me. Don't know, bear with me. I'll be back on. Doing some brewing tonight. Myself set up here. I'm going to brew while I basically sit down on the hockey player's cast and probably watch some football. To see the Denver Ravens game, and you folks, BH Brewing, and the rest of you lot out there, Hokie. I know we'll probably see you in the playoffs. I'm guessing, but my hope is that we don't, and that Denver loses to the Ravens, because then the Ravens got to come to our house. Otherwise, we got to go to your house. So once again, Patriots in the playoffs, all healthy at the right time. Awesome. So anyway, let me get to the equipment, because SJ did a video, said what equipment do we use. Some of my equipment is sophisticated, and some of it's downright primitive. So we'll just get right to it. All right. Well, you all have seen this before. One of the things, I've got my water set up, and she's ready to go, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm just going to let it stabilize. I overshot, and it's probably because it was 38 degrees in here, and it probably overshot because it was calibrated for the warmer months. What I mean by calibrated, the PIDs will do. You can do a self-calibration on the PIDs, and it'll give you the correct ramp time. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my thermometer, my probe, against this digital thermometer, only because I've only brewed once with this new probe in here, and thermal probe there, just to keep everybody honest, so to speak. Woo. That is hot. All right, so I'm a couple degrees off, and I'll let that cool down to about 198. That's probably where I'm going to dough in at by the time the mash tun sucks up some of that heat, and the grains I'll probably be. Okay, second thing, I have not ever built one of the nice fancy machines that has the geared down motor and pulleys and all of that, because it would require another footprint in the garage, which I really don't have that much room in here. I have room for one vehicle, and then the Harleys, and then my brew equipment. So rather than making another piece of equipment to occupy more floor space, I just opted to keep this primitive, and that's good enough for me. It's better than cranking it by hand, but yet again, it's not as hands-off as, let's say, one like a hockey player has, which is really sweet, by the way. Scales, everybody's seen these scales before. They're kind of a pain because they only go up to, 10 pounds or so, so you can't weigh all your grains at once. But that's fine. I just split the batch. And then everybody's seen the video that, should have seen the video that Dan ABA did on these little digital scales for measuring out your brewing salts. I showed you the video on my little fridges that I converted. This one's a firm chamber. Of course, it's cold enough in here right now that I'm not even using it. And this one I haven't. It's just a regular fridge at the moment, and that's where I keep all my hops. My list of hops down there. So that's that. I use an aeration stone. What else? And I just use an aquarium pump. I don't use oxygen. The hop spider, we've all seen the hop spider, the stainless steel one. I like it a lot. I like it. I use it all the time when I'm using pellet hops, because of the 40 plate chiller. You can get those things pretty nasty. That's pretty much it. That's my equipment. I have a kegerator, of course, that's a 2-tap. I don't have a 7-tap fridge that, again, put in the garage and take up more floor space that I don't have. I have one 2.5 gallon CO2 tank and a party tap for 5-gallon keg I want to take with me to parties or whatever. So that is all right. So here's my little brew. The furnace room is also where I store all my grains, and my bottle tree that I made with the stainless steel screws. I did record some video on this one, but I never actually put it up on YouTube because I've seen so many people do it, make a stir plate, that I thought I wasn't adding any value to putting that on, so I didn't. But that's my homemade stir plate, and funny story about that. And of course, everybody's done it, but I wasn't home, and this was dumped into the garbage disposal, and the person that dumped it didn't realize the magnetic bar was in there, and it got into the garbage disposal and jammed it all up, and I had to replace it. That was fun. And then I use pin lock on all my kegs. I don't use the quick disconnects, and SJ, not all of mine have this, but some of them already do, and they're not the nut. They came that way. I don't understand. I think I have two like this. So this is my favorite keg because it has that. But I have, this one doesn't. And I don't think I'm going to change it because I really don't care about that too much. Because if I want to bleed out the line, if I want to bleed out the headspace, I just bleed it out. I guess I would have to ask what are the biggest reasons why people like the push-on keg as opposed to the pin lock. I always bought the pin locks because they were cheaper. I like them because they're thinner and taller, so I can get two of them in my kegerator and the gas, a 10-gallon bottle, in no problem. I've always liked the pin, and I haven't seen any negative reasons why I would change. So post that below, by the way. What are the pros and cons, because I haven't seen any cons on this pin locks as long as I've been using them, which isn't really that long because I used to bottle all the time, but since I've been doing bigger batches, I tend to keg half of it. So I've been kegging a lot more in the last year and a half, and I've been buying more kegs. I've got 6 of these. Well, the Broncos are up by touchdowns, 21-14. Brewing salt's going in. I needed 3.5. Just to show you that the easiest way for me is I just bring it into the grains there, rather than it go to the bottom of the mash tun and then go below the vault's bottom where I can't, stir it up anymore. So it's kind of cold in here.
But in the end, it doesn't really matter. It's still a kick-ass song, kick-ass album, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Little Brewing.
So, got a bunch of people on the cast here. I got a bunch of people I haven't seen in a while, and it's kind of cool. Dan, ABA, thank you. You just posted that you saw me in BYO. Let me turn this down a little bit. Funny story about that. January of 12, I read an article. I don't even remember what article it was in there, and I was asked to provide if I wanted to be in there as a reader profile. I said sure, why not? So they just asked for a photograph, a short bio, and one of your favorite recipes. So I put that information in to them. Betsy Parks. I put it into her. Yeah. Let me rephrase that. I sent it in by email to her, and I think it was February of 2012. So when it just came out in the December-January issue, I looked I looked throughout the summer and didn't see it, so I figured they gave up. So that's how that happened. So it was actually just as much as a surprise to me as it was to you guys. In fact, I had people texting me, letting me know that I was in it, and I didn't even know. So that's how that works out. Anyway, thank you for all the... Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this this video. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I finished brewing there, and finished off the boil. Got the hops. I actually pulled out from the hop spider. I did all, pellet hops. And I'm going to let that chill overnight and let that cool right down tonight. And I will go ahead and move that straight into the keg tomorrow. I'm not going to use the wort chiller or anything. I'm just going to try this chill overnight. I won't do it in the summer, but why not try it in the winter, It's just a pale ale. I'm not going to open the lid because I've got it sealed off now, and it's already sanitized. It's quite warm. So that's that. I'm going to move this show inside, and it's going to be a while before I put up another video. I still got a lot of things going on, and more to follow on that later on. Anyway, guys, really good talking with you. Good. I am picking up a few videos here and there, but it's real limited. I'll try to get caught up after my boards, and cheers. And I love seeing this community grow, and you guys are wonderful. Keep looking at brewtubers.com. Make that grow. Frequent it as much as you can. That's our brew club, guys. This is what's going to get us in the doors and competitions down the road. So it's for us, not for me. I'm not making any money on it. Trust me, I've put Maxim ABS. Incredible the amount of work you've done behind the scenes, financially as well. He's put money into it. Hockey player, great props. You've put in a lot of work on the on the forum side. The forum is absolutely fantastic. I know I need to do more work on the main page. There's a registration issue that has to be resolved and some other things, but I'll get to that as well. Keep going to the site, keep posting your questions in there, and be patient. As more people we get in there, the quicker the answers, the more knowledgeable the answers, I guess, or not knowledgeable, but the more information you'll receive from all the different brewers out there. So that's our website, guys. Make it work.